Hey guys, Xaryu here, and yesterday I was queuing some Rogue Mage 2v2 with my good friend Stun God X. We were playing Fire Mage, Sub Rogue, and we queued up to almost 2,700 current rating. I think we stopped around 2640, 2650, and our MMR was around 2,700, which was insane for Rogue Mage 2s. So I want to break down some of those games today here on the YouTube channel. So let's hop into it. This was one of our first games, I think, on the Grand Arena, and we're fighting Monk Warrior. And let me just put this out here, guys. Very objectively speaking, we were fighting some good comps to queue into, right? So if we're fighting Mistweaver monks, if we're fighting priests, if we're fighting druids, they're kind of okay. That's good. That's good for us. But if we're fighting shamans, it's hard. Right, and we're fighting Holy Pallies, that's also hard. So a lot of the games as Rogue Mage 2s are very Q dependent, and I'm talking about the healer slot here. So this is a composition that we are pretty happy to see. Anything with a monk, anything with a priest, or anything with a monk, priest, or sometimes druids okay as well. And like I said, shaman and paladin are very, very, very difficult for us to actually beat. In this game, guys, I just wanted to show you guys this because it's one of our first games starting off the Q session. We were just hot last night. We sapped the monk, cheap shot warrior, very basic opener here. There's a lot of different ways you can open. Sap the kill target, cast a cheap high, and then switch a sap last second, and then open, stuff like that. But here in this situation, we just throw out the meteor. Notice my meteor positioning. I actually kind of want to highlight that right here. I actually throw the meteor down like this. If I throw it here, it's going to break the monk out of sap. And I really want to highlight that because a lot of Rogue Mage 2s, guys, is that meteor position. I'll also show you another game where that meteor position comes in handy. But you want to throw it so it obviously does not break the CC from the monk. But right here, guys, this is just my very basic opener that I've walked you guys through a lot. I'm going to be throwing the meteor down, the combust, the unused, fire blast, pyroblast, fire blast, pyroblast, and you can finish off with a scorch if you need. But essentially, since I use combust, I have triple master blaster up. A lot of the damage is coming through. It's gonna be warrior's trinket or monk's trinket, but if they kind of have a hard time deciding on who's trinketing, boom, it's gonna look just like that. And that right there, guys, is why fire sub is so scary. The sub rogue's there for the control, there for the CC. The fire mage, there for the big one-shots. Combustion, one of the scariest cooldowns in the entire game right now. So when we pop combust, it just has to be one of their trinkets. If they don't trinket, we're gonna win, which is why this comp works, because we force trinkets, force defensives, run away, reset, do it again. Let's hop into another game. Alright, guys, in this game, we're on the Grand Arena fighting a Restoration Druid and a Hunter. Once again, not a Pally, not a Shaman, so we're like, yes, let's go. But we're playing Sub-Fire once again. I'm just playing my normal Fire Mage build. If you haven't checked out my Fire Mage guide, go ahead and do so. If you just Google Xaryu Fire Mage guide, it should probably pop up. But there's the Resto Druid and Hunter in stealth there. I actually get flared out, which is unfortunate. No! Feels bad, man, but I just kind of go behind the pillar. It's not that big of a deal to get me out. Take my rogue out. No, that actually does suck. But here, we want to start on the Hunter. There's a few things to keep in mind. Hunter's pet, if we CC it, he cannot pet sack. If he pet sacks and I combust, it completely ruins my combust because pet sack makes it so you can't crit. Combust makes it so everything crits. So if he pet sacks, it pretty much means I have no combustion on, which is insanely OP, but that's how it is. So if we want to combust, we have to either CC the pet or we have to wait till he has no pet sack. We can go Druid, we can go Hunter, a lot of different options here, but let's see how this game opens up. So right away, double Dragon Spread, throw the Druid onto my focus target. I'm going to want to follow with a ring or a sheep there onto the Druid. Looks like I do, and it looks like we're going to open up onto the Hunter. So right away here, I was actually going to pop Combust and do a lot of damage, but he used Pet Sack, which, you know, from a pessimistic point of view, you might be like, no, I can't do a big open or whatever. But from an optimistic point of view, yes, he used Pet Sack. I didn't use Combust. Next stun DR, so in about 20 seconds from now, I can use Combust and no Pet Sack, and we can just 100-0 him and win the game. That's great, right? So that's what I'm thinking right now. Just casting a G Pie just to make him scared. Don't really plan on killing here anyway. Hunter opens on me and I trinket shield immediately. We actually swap it up to the Druid there to try to get some defenses from him, and we just get skinned. So that was actually probably not the greatest swap to Druid. Could have actually just sheeped the Hunter and ran, have my rogue run a little bit sooner. No reason to commit too much damage into the Druid at all. The fortunate news is I didn't use Meteor, I didn't use Combust, I didn't use Unused Trinket, I didn't really use anything. So before this next go here in maybe 10 seconds, the Poly DR is off in 8, Stun DR is off in 12, so yeah, maybe 12 seconds from now, we're going to do another go. That means don't use Fire Blast until this next go. make your Fire Blast recharge. Get those Fire Blasts back up. Get 3 stacks so I can triple Blaster Master for the go. Meteor, Combust, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, like I always say. And the guy will die in 1 hit. So that's kind of what we're aiming to do here. In the meantime, I'm kind of just running, taking damage, pop the Temp Shield, pop the Spell Steals, casting that Greater Pyroblast, and I am forcing into my blocks. So it's actually a pretty slow game here, pretty slow opener, and that's just sometimes how it starts, right? But we did get that pet psych out of the way, so now we can either one-shot the Druid or one-shot the Hunter. I think we still have Blind available as well, so we can do some crazy stuff where we get the Kidney into the Sheep, blind the Trinket, or just blind, Kidney, Sheep, the Trinket, something like that, and then do a big go into the Hunter, but we'll see what actually happens here. Rogues and Stealth, Blind comes out, Cheap Shot comes out, and then here we can do a big burst rotation. For some reason, I'm actually holding my Combust here again. I think I might be kind of wanting to swap to the Druid here in a second. That's why I'm holding it, because the Hunter still has Trinket Deterrence, Trinket Turtle. So if I use all my damage to Trinket Turtles, then we pretty much lose because I'm at 27% health. Whereas if I save all my damage, we get the Trinket from the Druid, we can still 100 and still win the game. That's probably why I'm holding here. But he does actually get Blind Sap. He trinkets a Sap into a Sap on the Trinket, and the Turtle comes out, and I have not used Combust. It's actually really good right now. No pet sack for 27 more seconds here from my Omnibar cooldown. The Druid has no Trinket, so this looks like a Druid swap since the Druid has no Trinket and he's off Stun DR. I just have to be able to survive, but if we swap to this Druid right now, 100% he dies, right? I actually only have 1 Fire Blast right now, but I already have 1 proc up. I have Meteor, and I have Combust, and I have unused Trinket. So if you're kind of looking at my bars, I pretty much have enough damage to kill this Druid if we actually want to do a hard swap onto him. Throw that Ring of Frost down around me in case the Hunter wants to run in, kind of scare him a little bit. And then I was going to say it rings the pet as well, so the pet doesn't do damage, and if he had Aurora of Stack, it would kind of cover that as well. So here they're kind of stacking, which sucks for Meteor, and this is the Meteor I want to talk about. I don't know how well this actually works, but just the thought process behind it. You can throw the Meteor over here, right? Meteor damage is split between all enemies. So if you throw the Meteor on 1 target, it's going to do much more than throwing the Meteor onto 2 targets, 3 targets, 4 targets. So if you want a maximum burst to 1 target, you only want it to hit that target. So that's why I'm kind of pushing it away from the Hunter, and I'm trying to hit the edge of the Meteor onto the Restoration Druid. Now this might not actually work here, but it's the thought behind it that I really wanted to explain to you guys, that you can actually start edging those Meteors, get the big burst out, so you can actually burst a lot harder. But here we get a ton of damage out with the Scorch, the Fire Blast, the Meteor, all of the damage I was just talking about, and boom. Like I said, guys, I knew I had enough damage to kill this guy, right? With a Scorch, a Combust, a Ring around me, the Meteor, the On-Use, the Combustion, just everything lined up, and he trinketed in human form, sapped the Trinket, Kidney, or what was that, Cheap, or Kidney Cheap, something like that, Kidney Cheap on the Druid, and he just dies. Just like that. So, still a little scary. Hunter's at 50% health. There's no pet sack. He has no deterrence. My Rogue's still full HP. I think we have this, but I'll go ahead and play out the rest of this game for you guys. Combustion's still up, so a ton of damage still rolling, and boom. There it is. At this point, we're 2660 MMR in 2v2, guys, fighting 2,500 teams or so. But let's hop into one more game. Alright guys, last game here for this video. We're on the Grand Arena once again. My favorite map. I just wish every game could be played on this map. Anyway, Mistweaver Demon Hunter. So this is, we're happy because it's a Mistweaver, right? Not the Paladin or the Shaman, but we're not happy because it's a Demon Hunter. A Demon Hunter with Spectral Sight, knocking the Rogue. It's very difficult to actually get a good opener against Demon Hunter, so I'll throw a Demon Hunter game in here. And this team is actually quite high rated, so we were a little scared here. We got a bunch of gifted subs at the time of this video, so they're going to keep rolling in throughout the video. Sorry about that. Well, thank you for those gifted subs, though, Dinkelberg. You're the man. But right away, throw the Monk on the focus target, targeting the Demon Hunter. I'm going to hit the Spectral Sight so the Demon Hunter can't quite knock my Rogue. Now, in this opener, a lot of the times you can go Monk, a lot of times you can go Demon Hunter. I prefer, like, the best possible opener is actually to sap the Demon Hunter before he gets to the eye, which isn't always going to happen. Throw the Cheap High, and then throw the Blind out onto the Monk into follow CC, and then one-shot the Demon Hunter. That's really what you want to aim for. That doesn't always happen because of Spectral Sight, so that's kind of have the situation we have here. He actually does knock my Rogue as well. Full Kidney Shot comes out, trying to follow with a Polymorph, and I do, holding Combust, and look at this, guys. He's at 44% life. while the full sheep does land. That's why we do the kidney shot into the sheep, allowing for more time. Now have that combust and unused. I think I'm going to hold it here because he's already so low and we can force cooldowns without it. We get that tank trinket to proc, and he does use reverse. We do the reverse does, I trigger the polymorph and counterspell the monk immediately. So we get the tank trinket proc, we get that meta leap, we get the full counterspell onto the monk, and we get that reverse magic from the demon hunter. This opener's not bad. I actually pop a late combust when I got that counterspell. So now that I got the counterspell out of the way, I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's pop that combustion. Let's pop some big one-shots, see if we can force more. What I mean by more is maybe a demon hunter wall. If we can throw a blind out of the monk, then get the trinket, any follow-up CC from there, we can maybe just win here in the opener. That's kind of what we're going for with this late combust play here. That full counter spell still hitting him. We get Netherwalk. So kind of trading that combust for that Netherwalk. They still both have trinkets. If we throw the blind out of the monk right now, it would be very profitable for us because he has way the crane up. It would immediately force the trinket from the monk, allowing for more kill options for this next go. Let's see what happens here. Half sheep comes out, maybe a quarter sheep comes out into a full blind. Full blind comes out, and the trinket. So now we got the monk's trinket. We can actually go ahead and kill the monk with stun DRs in 2 seconds with maybe a focus G-Pie in the meteor and the unused trinket, or we can reset, go Demon Hunter 1 or 2 more times. So we'll see what we end up doing here. Demon Hunter's no tank trinket, still has that normal trinket available though, but look at this, guys. We throw the full sheep out onto the Demon Hunter. We get the cheap shots onto the monk. We call for this monk swap. Cheap Pyroblast already halfway through into that meteor. Once again, guys, the meteor, I place it here, obviously not here, because we break that CC. Sounds obvious when I say it out loud, but just wanted to point that out. Greater Pyro in the air, meteor in the air, popping that on you trinket right now, and boom, all the damage lands and he goes down. That's why I play Fire Mage, boys. I'm gonna have to replay that. That was just too juicy. Look at this. Meteors in the air. Greater Pyroblast coming in like this. Boom! Guy just gets nailed. Like, poof! Deleted. See ya, Monk. See ya, Saralyn. That was crazy. Crazy burst. Now, there's still a Demon Hunter in the game. He actually does leave us. If there's a Demon Hunter in the game, guys, you're always scared, alright? So the game wasn't over yet, but he did leave. Crazy, crazy game there, guys. They were 2882 MMR, almost 2,900 team down playing some Rogue Mage. That was crazy, crazy awesome. Once again, guys, had a great time playing these games. Guys, if you enjoyed these games, these breakdowns, you appreciate it, make sure to leave the video a thumbs up. If you did not like it, thumbs the video down. Talk to me in the comments about what you guys want to see in the upcoming uploads. I definitely do my best to read the comments, so leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.